All right, so welcome to another video. Right, so previously I had recorded some tutorials using the flip tool. Right, so I did get some in-class complaints about from my students about the flip tool. I guess the flip tool was added as a I just realized that the flip tool was never mirror. Yeah, I don't think there was a mirror tool in SketchUp. I just realized when I went back to the old interface. Unfortunately, I don't have the old interface here, but I'll just introduce you to two methods of flipping objects to mirror them, right? So one of the methods of flipping objects is by inverse scaling. That's inverted scaling, to scale something in an inverted manner. And also the other method is by an extension. You see, extension can do a lot of things, all right? So let's just quickly look at that, right? All right. So. All right. So let's get the extension. So go to the extension warehouse. Let's get start with the extension one. All right. So, but you come to extension warehouse. Let's type mirror. All right. So we want to mirror objects. So let's just type mirror and see. I'm pretty sure that different plugins might come up. All right. So you can see there are different plugins for mirror out there. But let's try Curric mirror. I think this one I got a very good review on it. And you can see that has about 50 something thousand views. And yeah, you can see, yeah, that's beautiful stuff. So you can see how we use that to mirror that. So let's just install Curric mirror. Let's download, install. I think maybe because I'm using the latest version of SketchUp, maybe it's not really something that is so fundamentally functional. All right, let me see. If I make a group and I want to mirror, you can see how I can mirror that perfectly along the axis. All right, so I could limit it to, I could just, as I have the object selected, I could mirror it on this plane. You can see automatically it's already showing me how it will mirror that object on that plane, showing me how to protrude and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful tool for mirroring. All right. So if I should find one of the models I used in that training. All right. So one of the models I used in the training, I think that's the cabinet. Yeah. So that's one of the things I mirrored. So let me just briefly open the cabinet. Here, briefly open the cabinet so that we can see what that entails. All right. So that's the cabinet model from that training. So I just noticed that this was a lot of mirroring happened in this model. So, and this was a component that was mirrored half and half, such that if I make any changes to this side, it will affect the other side of the model. All right. If I move this and see, it affects the other side of the model. That's because this is a component and I designed it in half, such a way that if I actually still wanted, I could design this in another half and mirror this side to this side and mirror this side to this side. All right, that would be like a quad. All right, so but the point there is you can see it's a half thing. So I can just go ahead and delete this part. And if I select the mirror correct and you see once I have this selected, me like click, it mirrors it to the other side. All right. So but what I want to do is to press Control and then I click and automatically it mirrors it to the other side. So you can use the mirror correct on any version of SketchUp you have, and it will work for you for your mirroring. Right, so I could mirror it to the top as well to have it, like a weird alien, stuff like that. So I just have that like that. So, but that's the point. You can see you can mirror on and on and on to weird surfaces, weird shapes. You can, mirror weird mirrors. All right. So, but that's just that. You can see I can mirror it along this plane. So it just works much like the flip tool. All right, so it works much like the flip tool, but I think that might even be better than the flip tool. All right, I think I'm just going to keep using that one instead of the flip tool. All right, so but that being that's mirror correct, right? So the other method you might want to use is inverse scaling. I did mention that. So right throughout my modeling phase, while I was yet to be introduced to the flip tool, I didn't know the flip tool just came in new. I forgot, like I didn't even remember that, right? So what I usually do is inverse scaling, right? Since it's a component, all I just do is I would so you can't do duplicate scale. So I'll have to duplicate the object first of all and move it to this point. I'll duplicate it, hit control and move it to that point. Then I'll now press my scale button. Then I'll now scale it in the very middle till it comes out to the other side at exactly one this thing here. All right. So if it's exactly one and then it has been inverted. All right. So that inverted stuff, I can now move and place it, align it again, and like that. That's the manual way I always used. I just recently researched and found out that there is that mirror Curric. So whichever one you want to use, whether you want to use mirror Curric or you want to use or Curric mirror, whichever one you want to use. All right. So one other thing I just want to point out is that when I was scaling it out, I could just scale. Don't forget it's this middle part I'm scaling because that's the area I want it to invert in that regard. So as I drag it out, let's say it extends so much, I just want to do -1. Just hit -1, and that's exactly I want it to scale inversely to the other side. All right, so I could just push that back and voila, I am done. All right, so those are the two methods to scale. So there are many other, sorry, two methods to mirror the object in for or a component so that you can use it for your what do you call it, for your mirror modeling or your component modeling of duplicate stuffs, so that when you change one side it affects the other and it reduces. Once you see things that are like mirror inclined, then you can apply that. All right, so thank you so much. If you learned something, I think I'll just add this to the extension videos because this is just practically like an extension review of the mirror query. All right, so thank you so much. If you found that helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and drop a comment if you have any questions, and catch you in the next video. Bye.